In a quiet corner of Yokohama, a mystery began. It was 1999, a year of change. A small manga, barely noticed, hit the shelves. Its title, The Future I Saw, whispered of secrets. The artist Tatsuki was an enigma to all. She published her work, then vanished without trace. The book held 15 dreams, sketched in pencil. Each dream, a fragment, seemed to defy time. Years later, the world would tremble at her foresight. But the story began long before, in her childhood. Tatsuki was born on December 2nd, 1954. Kanagawa Prefecture cradled her early years. A post-war child, she knew a Japan in recovery. Her life was simple, filled with small joys. She loved painting, her brush strokes soft and sure. Singing brought her comfort, her voice a gentle melody. Dreamy and sensitive, she often wandered in thought. But at 9, something shifted. A door creaked open. Her dreams turned strange, unlike those of her peers. They carried a weight she couldn't yet grasp. Tatsuki's childhood home stood near the sea. Yokohama's port bustled with ships and stories. Her father, a fisherman, told tales of the ocean. Her mother, a seamstress, stitched dreams into cloth. Tatsuki often sat by the window, watching waves. She drew the horizon, her crayons capturing the sky. At school, she was quiet, her mind elsewhere. Classmates teased her for her faraway gaze. But her teacher, Mrs. Sato, saw her talent. She encouraged Tatsuki to keep her sketchbook close. One night, an old man appeared in her sleep. His silver-white hair shimmered under moonlight. Gentle eyes met hers, his voice calm and slow. He spoke of things that had not yet happened. They walked together, the sky above a starry canvas. He whispered of a future she couldn't understand. Tatsuki woke, her heart racing, her mind alive. She grabbed a pencil, sketching the man's face. She wrote his words, her small hands trembling. It was 1963, her first vision. The old man's visits became a secret ritual. He called himself Kaito, a guardian of time. Each dream felt real, the air heavy with meaning. Kaito showed her a river, its waters turning red. He spoke of a distant war, its echoes nearing. Tatsuki saw soldiers, their faces etched with fear. She woke, her pillow damp with tears. Her parents dismissed it as a child's imagination. But Tatsuki knew it was more, a glimpse beyond. She hid her sketches, fearing their power. Years passed, but the old man returned often. In 1976, a dream shook her. She saw a man on stage, lights bright above him. He sang with power, his voice filling the air. Suddenly, he collapsed, the crowd gasping in shock. Tatsuki knew his face, Freddy Mercury of Queen. At the time, Freddy was a star, his health strong. The dream felt absurd, a fantasy of a child. She sketched the scene, noting the date carefully. The image lingered, a quiet fear in her heart. Tatsuki's journal became her silent confidant. She drew the stage, Freddy's silhouette vivid. The crowd's faces blurred, their shock palpable. She added a note. A star falls under lights. Her friend, Aiko, saw the sketch and laughed. Freddy Mercury dying? That's impossible, she said. Tatsuki smiled, but her stomach churned. She felt the dream's weight, its truth looming. She locked the journal away, her secret safe. The old man's voice echoed, "You'll see soon." 15 years later, on November 24th, 1991, the news broke. Freddy Mercury had passed, the world in mourning. Tatsuki opened her journal, her breath catching. The sketch stared back, the stage lights vivid. A documentary aired, showing a film crew at work. They shot a biopic honoring Freddy's legacy. In her journal, a small frame matched the scene. A film crew capturing a fallen artist's story. Tatsuki's fear grew, her dreams no longer just dreams. She felt a power she couldn't control. She sat in her Yokohama apartment, stunned. The TV replayed Freddy's final performance. Tatsuki traced her sketch, her fingers trembling. She remembered Kaito's words. "This is your gift." Her neighbor, Mr. Tanaka, knocked on her door. "Did you hear about Freddy?" he asked. Tatsuki nodded, her voice barely a whisper. She couldn't share her secret, not yet. The documentary mentioned a film, Bohemian Rhapsody. Tatsuki's drawing had foretold it, down to the camera. Another dream came on August 31st, 1992. Tatsuki walked a long corridor, light streaming in. A painting hung at the end, a blonde woman with a child. The word Dana was scrawled across the canvas. A blinding light followed, metal crashing, cries echoing. 5 years later, on August 31st, 1997, the world mourned again. Princess Diana died in a Paris car crash. Tatsuki's journal held the moment, hauntingly clear. The painting, the light, the crash all matched perfectly. Her dreams, she realized, were windows to the future. Tatsuki revisited the dream in her mind. The corridor's walls were marble, cold to touch. The painting's frame gleamed, gold against the light. She heard screams, the crash echoing in her ears. Kaito stood beside her, his expression grave. "This will shake the world," he had said. Tatsuki wrote every detail, her pen unsteady. She added a sketch, Diana's face soft yet sad. When the news broke, she wept alone. Her gift felt like a curse, heavy and cruel. In 1995, the dreams turned darker. On January 2nd, she saw the old man again. He led her to a land where the ground had split, the air choked with stone dust, the earth trembling. Tatsuki woke, a sense of dread gripping her. She wrote, "Something will rupture in 15 days." On January 17th, 1995, it happened. The Kobe earthquake struck, killing nearly 6,500. Japan reeled, its resilience tested by nature's force. Tatsuki knew her visions were no coincidence. She walked through Yokohama, the news everywhere. Images of Kobe's destruction filled the screens. Tatsuki saw a collapsed building, just as she dreamed. She clutched her journal, her heart pounding. Kaito's voice returned. "You must share this." She hesitated, fear battling her sense of duty. Her mother called, her voice trembling. "Kobe is gone," she said, unaware of Tatsuki's foresight. Tatsuki decided then to compile her dreams. The world needed to know what she saw. She began compiling her dreams into a manga. The Future I Saw took shape, a labor of urgency. Each sketch, each note, carried a warning. Tatsuki felt the future pressing on her shoulders. She published the book in 1999. Then she disappeared, her identity a mystery. The world ignored her work, a quiet whisper lost. But in 2011, everything changed. A tsunami would awaken her forgotten prophecies. Tatsuki's journey had only just begun. The world shifted on March 11th, 2011. Japan faced a nightmare, a catastrophic earthquake and tsunami. The northeastern coast crumbled under nature's fury. Over 15,000 lives were lost, countless others missing. The sea swallowed towns, leaving scars on the earth. Images of devastation flooded global screens. A high-tech nation, humbled by water and stone. In Yokohama, Tatsuki watched, her heart heavy. She hadn't seen this coming, or so she thought. But the past held a clue, buried in her sketches. Tatsuki opened her manga, The Future I Saw. She flipped to a dream from 1999. The sketch showed sea water flooding narrow streets. Tsunami waves crashed inland, a city in chaos. Strange numbers, 311, marked the page's edge. March 11th, 2011, matched perfectly. Her hands shook as she traced the pencil lines. The dream, once cryptic, now mirrored reality. She remembered drawing it, the old man's voice guiding. Kaito had warned, the sea will rise in anger. News reports echoed her vision with eerie precision. A fisherman's boat floated amidst the wreckage. A child's toy lay abandoned in the muddy streets. Tatsuki saw these images in her dream, years before. She felt a chill, the weight of her gift returning. Her mother called, her voice trembling with fear. "Tatsuki, are you safe?" she asked, unaware. Tatsuki nodded, unable to speak her truth. She locked her door, the manga her only witness. The prophecy, ignored for years, demanded attention. Online, a storm brewed in Japanese communities. A young student, Hiroshi, stumbled upon the manga. He found it in a second-hand bookstore in Tokyo. The cover intrigued him, its simplicity haunting. Hiroshi flipped through, stopping at the tsunami sketch. His eyes widened, the date 311 glaring. He posted scans online, his fingers trembling. This predicted the tsunami, he wrote on a forum. The post spread like wildfire, thousands in awe. Tatsuki's forgotten work became a phenomenon. Readers scoured the manga, seeking more truths. They counted the dreams, 15 in total. 12 and a half had come true, they claimed. A dream of a falling star matched a meteor shower. Another, a burning city, mirrored a Tokyo fire. The half-dream, a partial flood, puzzled many. Hiroshi noted the patterns, 5, 10, 15 years. Each dream unfolded on a precise timeline. The public buzzed, some calling it divine. Others whispered of a hoax, too perfect to trust. Tatsuki's disappearance in 1999 resurfaced. She had vanished after the manga's release. No interviews, no trace, her publisher clueless. The address in Kanagawa led to an empty lot. Hiroshi dug deeper, contacting the publisher's old staff. A retired editor, Mrs. Yamada, remembered Tatsuki. She was quiet, intense, Mrs. Yamada recalled. She insisted on publishing, then left the same day. Mrs. Yamada shared a letter Tatsuki had sent. It read, "I can't bear the future I see." The letter hinted at Tatsuki's fear of her visions. She wrote of Kaito, the old man in her dreams. He had shown her the tsunami, a warning ignored. Tatsuki felt guilt, believing she could have saved lives. She vanished to escape the burden of foresight. Mrs. Yamada sighed. She was a ghost even then. Hiroshi shared the letter online, fueling debates. Some saw Tatsuki as a prophet, others a fraud. Fake accounts emerged, claiming to be her. Imposters posted new dreams, sowing chaos. A journalist, Kori, joined the search for Tatsuki. She worked for a Tokyo newspaper, drawn to mysteries. Kori interviewed survivors of the 2011 tsunami. A fisherman, Mr. Endo, remembered a strange woman. In 1998, she visited his village. She sketched the coast, her eyes distant and sad. She warned of a great wave, Mr. Endo said. "I laughed, but now I wonder," he admitted. Kori tracked the woman's description to Tatsuki. The sketch matched the manga's tsunami page. Kori uncovered more about Tatsuki's early life. She found a childhood friend, Yuki, in Yokohama. Yuki remembered Tatsuki's odd behavior as a girl. She'd wake up crying, talking of an old man, Yuki said. She drew things that scared me like fires. Yuki shared a photo, Tatsuki at 10, holding a sketch. The sketch showed a bridge collapsing, a future disaster. Kori recognized the bridge, destroyed in 1980. Tatsuki's gift, Kori realized, began young. She published her findings, reigniting public frenzy. The manga's other dreams gained scrutiny. A dream of a volcanic eruption matched Hawaii's 2010 event. Another, a political scandal, mirrored a 1996 incident. Readers noted the half-dream, a flood in Osaka. It occurred in 2005, but less severe. Hiroshi theorized Tatsuki's dreams evolved in scope. Early ones were personal, later ones global. He found a note in the manga, "The last will be the worst, the 15th dream," set for 2025, loomed. July 5th, 5 in the morning, haunted their thoughts. A scientist, Dr. Ito, joined the conversation. He studied tectonic activity in the Pacific Ring of Fire. Tatsuki's manga mentioned dragons, a symbolic clue. Dr. Ito mapped the Philippine Sea Plate and Pacific Plate. Their intersection aligned with Tatsuki's dream location. He confirmed underwater volcanoes could form new land. The Nishinoshima Island expansion in 2013 proved it. Dr. Ito warned, "Her dream isn't impossible." His words spread, adding credibility to Tatsuki's visions. The world began to wonder, what's next? Tatsuki, hidden in Yokohama, felt the storm. She watched the news, her anonymity fading. The public's obsession with her manga grew. She clutched her journal, Kaito's words echoing. "You cannot hide forever," he had said. Tatsuki knew her silence wouldn't last. The 15th dream, the most terrifying, awaited. July 5th, 2025, drew closer. The tsunami had awakened her prophecy. The world now watched, waiting for her return. October arrived in 2023 with a whisper. The air in Yokohama carried a sense of unease. Tatsuki, long hidden, stepped back into the light. Her re-emergence stunned a world still watching. She re-released the future I saw, now transformed. No longer a simple manga, it was a detailed chronicle. The book revealed her dreams, her fears, her life. Readers rushed to bookstores, their curiosity ablaze. The 15th dream, the most terrifying, dominated talk. July 5th, 2025, loomed large. Tatsuki's return came with a quiet announcement. A single post on a forgotten forum bore her name. "I am Tatsuki," it read, the seer of dreams. She shared a link to the re-released manga. The publisher, a small press in Tokyo, confirmed it. They had received her manuscript in a plain envelope. No return address, no phone number, just her work. The book's cover now featured a dragon silhouette. Inside, sketches and notes filled every page. The public devoured it, their skepticism fading. Tatsuki revealed her birth, December 2nd, 1954. Kanagawa Prefecture shaped her early years. She lived in Yokohama now, a port city's soul. Her childhood, she wrote, was unremarkable yet profound. Painting and singing defined her quiet days. At 9, dreams changed her, guided by an old man. Kaito, she named him, a guardian from beyond. He appeared under moonlight, his voice a soft guide. Tatsuki sketched his face, his silver hair glowing. Her journal became her sanctuary, her burden. The re-released book detailed her first visions. In 1976, Freddie Mercury fell. 1992 brought Princess Diana's crash. 1995 warned of the Kobe quake. 2011's tsunami matched her sketches. Each dream, she explained, came with a timeline. 5, 10, 15 years. A pattern she tracked. Kaito taught her to note every detail. Colors, sounds, emotions, all held meaning. Her sketches, once private, now spoke to millions. A new subplot emerged from her notes. Tatsuki described a dream from 1998. She saw a young girl, lost in a forest fire. The girl's face was familiar, a future echo. In 2016, a news report stunned her. A girl named Hana survived a forest fire in Hokkaido. Tatsuki's sketch matched Hana's photo perfectly. She wrote, "Kaito showed me her survival." Hana, now 17, contacted Tatsuki online. Their meeting promised a deeper connection. A scientist, Dr. Akihiro, studied Tatsuki's dreams. He worked at Tokyo University, a geologist by trade. The 15th dream intrigued him, its dragons vivid. He mapped the Philippine Sea Plate and Pacific Plate. Their intersection, he confirmed, was volatile. Underwater volcanoes could erupt, reshaping land. Dr. Akihiro linked it to Nishinashima's growth. Tatsuki's dragons, he theorized, symbolized plates. He published his findings, adding credibility. The world began to take her seriously. Hana's story drew global attention. She shared her fire ordeal, her dreams of water. Tatsuki's sketch showed Hana reaching safety. Hana felt a bond, a shared destiny with Tatsuki. They met in Yokohama, a quiet cafe setting. Hana brought a drawing, a dragon rising from the sea. "It came to me after the fire," she said. Tatsuki recognized it, a piece of her dream. Kaito's influence, she whispered, extended to Hana. Their connection hinted at a larger prophecy. A conspiracy theorist, Kenji, joined the fray. He ran a blog obsessed with hidden forces. Kenji claimed the government hid Tatsuki's truth. He suggested Kaito was an alien messenger. His followers grew, spreading wild theories. Tatsuki ignored him, focusing on her work. But Kenji's posts reached international forums. A cult in California adopted her dreams. They prepared for 2025, calling it Ascension. Tatsuki felt the pressure of her growing fame. Kori, the journalist, tracked Tatsuki's past. She interviewed Yuki, Tatsuki's childhood friend. Yuki recalled Tatsuki's night terrors as a girl. She'd scream of water, of dragons, Yuki said. Kori found a school record, Tatsuki's art prize. The prize sketch showed a tsunami, dated 1965. It predated her known dreams, a shocking find. Kori published it, linking it to 2011. Tatsuki's gift, Kori argued, began earlier. The public marveled, her legend expanding. The 15th dream dominated the re-release. Tatsuki described standing over a vast sea. The sky turned ash, the ocean bubbling. Two dragons rose, twisting beneath the waves. An explosion followed, a tsunami towering. The land south of Japan sank, then rose anew. A new continent emerged, connecting nations. July 5, 2025, 5 in the morning. Tatsuki noted the time, her voice trembling in print. The dream's clarity left readers chilled. Dr. Akihiro's team simulated the event. They modeled a volcanic eruption at the plate boundary. The simulation showed a tsunami, 3 times 2011's. New land rose, altering Japan's geography. He warned of seismic risks, urging preparation. Tatsuki watched the news, her her heart sinking. Kaito's voice returned. The end begins anew. She felt a duty to warn the world. Hannah held her hand, a shared resolve forming. 2025 drew closer, a shadow looming. A government official, Mr. Sato, contacted Tatsuki. He worked in Tokyo's disaster prevention office. "We need your insight," he said, voice urgent. Tatsuki hesitated, fearing exploitation. Mr. Sato promised safety, a public campaign. He wanted to evacuate coastal regions by 2025. Tatsuki agreed, her sketches aiding the plan. Kori covered the meeting, her article viral. The world watched, torn between belief and doubt. Tatsuki's return had ignited a global reckoning. The year 2024 brought a tense calm. Tatsuki's prophecy weighed heavy on the world. Her 15th dream, set for July 5th, 2025, loomed. 5 in the morning, a time etched in fear. Yokohama buzzed with whispers of her visions. The ray released the future I saw sold millions. Tatsuki, once a shadow, became a global name. She worked with Mr. Sato, planning for disaster. The world split between belief and skepticism. The countdown to the prophecy had begun. Tatsuki met weekly with Mr. Sato's team. They mapped coastal evacuation routes in Japan. Her sketches guided them, showing flood zones. She pointed to the sea south of Japan. "There," she said, "where the dragons rise." Mr. Sato nodded, his face grim with resolve. He ordered drills, preparing for a massive tsunami. Tatsuki felt Kaito's presence, his voice urging her. "Warn them all," he whispered in her dreams. She felt the weight of millions on her shoulders. Hannah, the Hokkaido fire survivor, stayed by Tatsuki. She had dreams too, echoes of Tatsuki's visions. Hannah saw a new land rising, green and untouched. She sketched it, her hands steady but fearful. Tatsuki recognized the land, her prophecy's new continent. Hannah's connection to Kaito grew stronger. "I saw him," Hannah said, "under a red moon." Kaito told her of a rebirth after chaos. Tatsuki and Hannah formed a bond, a shared mission. They vowed to face the prophecy together. Dr. Akihiro's team expanded their research. They installed sensors along the Pacific Plate. Seismic activity spiked, matching Tatsuki's dragons. He collaborated with a Filipino scientist, Dr. Reyes. Dr. Reyes studied underwater volcanoes near Manila. She confirmed Tatsuki's dream aligned with fault lines. A simulation showed a tsunami hitting Taiwan. Hong Kong and the Philippines would also suffer. Dr. Akihiro shared the data with global leaders. The prophecy, once a mystery, gained scientific weight. Kori, the journalist, traveled to Taiwan. She interviewed locals about Tatsuki's warning. A fisherman, Mr. Lin, spoke of strange currents. "The sea feels angry," he said, his voice low. Kori found a Taoist priest, Master Chen. He linked Tatsuki's dragons to ancient myths. "Dragons guard the Earth's balance," Chen explained. He predicted a celestial sign, a lunar eclipse. On July 4th, 2025, it would occur. Kori's article tied the prophecy to cosmic events. A Taiwanese activist, Mai, rallied coastal communities. She read Tatsuki's book, believing its warning. Mai organized evacuation drills, her voice fierce. "We can't ignore this," she told her followers. She reached out to Tatsuki, seeking guidance. Tatsuki sent sketches marking safe zones. Mai's group grew, spreading across Hong Kong. They prepared shelters, stocked with supplies. Mai's daughter, Lily, painted dragons for luck. The movement became a beacon of hope. Kenji, The conspiracy theorist gained a following. His blog claimed Tatsuki was a government pawn. He suggested her dreams were planted by tech. A shadowy group, the Order of the Tide, emerged. They believed Tatsuki's prophecy was a distraction. The order spread disinformation, causing panic. Kenji met a hacker, Sora, who traced Tatsuki's past. Sora found a hidden bank account linked to Kanagawa. This proves she's funded, Kenji declared online. Tatsuki denied it, her silence fueling doubt. A unconference in Geneva addressed the prophecy. Dr. Akihiro presented his findings, maps in hand. Leaders from Japan, Taiwan, and the Philippines attended. A French delegate, Miss Dubois, proposed aid funds. She cited the Nishinoshima Island precedent. We must prepare, not debate, she urged. A Chinese scientist, Dr. Wei, shared historical data. Ancient texts mentioned dragons before quakes. The conference ended with a global alert. 2025 became a year of action. In the Philippines, a fisherman named Juan joined the cause. He lived on Palawan near the fault line. Juan dreamt of dragons, their scales shimmering. He heard of Tatsuki, his dream matching hers. Juan met Dr. Reyes, sharing his vision. She noted the timing, July 5th nearing. Juan's village prepared boats, ready to flee. He carved a dragon totem, a protective charm. Dr. Reyes sent Juan's story to Tatsuki. Another dreamer, another thread in Kaito's web. A cultural festival in Hong Kong honored Tatsuki. Artists painted murals of her dragons. A poet, Li Wei, wrote of the new land. It rises like a phoenix, his poem read. Children danced, wearing dragon masks. The festival drew global media, cameras rolling. Tatsuki watched from Yokohama, her heart stirred. She felt Kaito's approval, a warmth inside. Hannah whispered, "They believe in you, the world's hope and fear intertwined." Back in Japan, Hiroshi, the student, started a podcast. He interviewed Kori, Dr. Akihiro, and Mai. Hiroshi shared Tatsuki's letter from 1999. "I can't bear the future I see," she wrote. Listeners wept, feeling her burden. Hiroshi's podcast went viral, millions tuning in. He invited Tatsuki, but she declined. "I'm not ready," she told him, voice soft. Hiroshi respected her, becoming her advocate. The prophecy united a fractured world. Tatsuki dreamt again, Kaito's presence stronger. He showed her the dragons, their dance intensifying. The sea churned, the sky a storm of ash. A new land rose, its soil raw and jagged. Kaito's voice echoed, "Prepare for the shift." Tatsuki woke, her resolve hardening. She shared the dream with Mr. Sato. He ordered more drills, his team relentless. The world held its breath, watching the sea. July 5th, 2025, drew near. July 4th, 2025, dawned with unease. The world held its breath, Tatsuki's prophecy at hand. 5 in the morning, July 5th, was hours away. Yokohama's streets buzzed with fear and hope. Tatsuki sat by her window, watching the sea. Her journal lay open, sketches of dragons alive. Kaito's voice echoed, "The time is now." She felt the weight of her gift, heavy as ever. Global eyes turned to Japan, waiting for dawn. The prophecy's climax loomed, a cosmic reckoning. Tatsuki met with Mr. Sato one last time. His team finalized evacuations along Japan's coast. Millions had moved inland, cities eerily quiet. Tatsuki's sketches marked danger zones in red. She pointed to the sea south of Japan. "The dragons rise here," she said, voice steady. Mr. Sato nodded, his face etched with worry. "We've done all we can," he replied softly. He handed Tatsuki a radio, a lifeline. She clutched it, knowing the moment neared. Hannah stayed close, her own dreams intensifying. She saw the new land again, its soil vibrant. A red moon glowed above, a sign of change. Hannah sketched the scene, her hands trembling. Tatsuki recognized the moon, Master Chen's prediction. A lunar eclipse was set for tonight, July 4th. "Kaito connects us," Tatsuki whispered to Hannah. Hannah nodded, her resolve mirroring Tatsuki's. They sat together, sharing a quiet strength. The eclipse would mark the prophecy's start. Dr. Akihiro monitored sensors in real time. Seismic activity surged near the Philippine Sea Plate. He called Dr. Reyes in Manila, her voice tense. "The ocean floor is shifting," Dr. Reyes reported. Their simulation predicted a massive eruption, a tsunami, 3 times the 2011 disaster, loomed. Dr. Akihiro alerted Mr. Sato, urgency rising. He broadcast warnings on global news networks. "Evacuate now," he urged, maps flashing red. The world watched, science and prophecy collided. Corey reported live from Taipei, her camera rolling. She stood on a hill, the sea in view. Locals gathered, clutching Tatsuki's book. Mr. Lin, the fisherman, led a prayer circle. "We trust the seer," he said, voice firm. Mai and her daughter, Lily, distributed supplies. They wore dragon pins, symbols of hope. Corey interviewed Master Chen, his eyes on the sky. "The eclipse signals balance," he said calmly. Taiwan braced, Tatsuki's warning their guide. In the Philippines, Juan prepared his village. His dragon totem stood at Palawan's shore. He dreamt again, the dragons roaring louder. Juan shared his vision with Dr. Reyes. She noted tremors matching Tatsuki's timeline. "We're ready," Juan said, boats lined up. His children clung to him, fear in their eyes. Dr. Reyes sent data to Dr. Akihiro. A global network of dreamers and scientists united. July 5th, 5 in the morning, drew closer. Hong Kong's festival turned into a vigil. Li Wei, the poet, recited his dragon poem. "From chaos, a new dawn rises," he read. Children held lanterns, their light a beacon. The murals glowed under the darkening sky. A news crew interviewed festival organizer Miss Chan. "Tatsuki gave us hope," Miss Chan said. She showed a letter Tatsuki sent, encouraging unity. The crowd chanted Tatsuki's name, their faith strong. The lunar eclipse began, casting a red glow. Kenji's order of the tide caused chaos. They claimed Tatsuki's prophecy was a government plot. Sora, the hacker, leaked fake seismic data. Panic spread in Japan, some refusing to evacuate. Kenji live-streamed. "This is a staged event." A follower, Yuki, defected, contacting Hiroshi. "Tatsuki's real," Yuki confessed. Guilt heavy. Hiroshi aired her story on his podcast. The truth countered Kenji's lies, calming fears. Tatsuki's credibility held, her vision intact. A South Korean astronomer, Dr. Park, joined the effort. She tracked the lunar eclipse from Bizen. Her telescope caught a rare meteor shower. "It aligns with Tatsuki's dragons," Dr. Park said. She linked it to ancient Korean dragon myths. Dr. Park called Dr. Akihiro, sharing her findings. "Meteors signal tectonic shifts," she warned. Her data matched the seismic spikes. Global news broadcast her discovery, a spreading. The cosmic and earthly signs intertwined. A Buddhist monk, Venerable Thich, meditated in Vietnam. He heard of Tatsuki, her dragons resonating. Thich dreamt of a lotus blooming amidst waves. Its rebirth, he told his followers in Hanoi. He led a prayer for Japan, candles glowing. Thich sent Tatsuki a message via Kori. "Your visions heal us," his letter read. Tatsuki wept, feeling a global connection. Hana hugged her, their shared purpose clear. The world's spiritual voices echoed Kaito's wisdom. In Geneva, Miss Dubois activated UNAID plans. She coordinated with Japan, Taiwan, and the Philippines. Helicopters stood ready, supplies stockpiled. Dr. Wei shared Chinese seismic records. Dragons foretold quakes in the Tang dynasty, he said. Miss Dubois ensured global support, funds flowing. She watched the eclipse, a red moon rising. "Tatsuki's dream unites us," she told her team. The UN's resolve matched the world's hope. 5 in the morning, July 5th, approached. Tatsuki stood on a Yokohama hill, Hana beside her. The lunar eclipse bathed the sea in crimson. She felt Kaito's presence, his hand on hers. "This is the moment," he whispered softly. Tatsuki clutched her journal, her heart racing. The sea stirred, a low rumble beginning. Mr. Sato's radio crackled. "Activity detected." Hiroshi's podcast streamed live, millions listening. The world watched, Tatsuki's prophecy unfolding. The clock ticked closer to the fated hour. The clock struck 5 in the morning, July 5th, 2025. Yokohama trembled, the sea south of Japan alive. Tatsuki stood on the hill, Hana by her side. The lunar eclipse cast a crimson glow over the waves. A low rumble grew, the earth itself groaning. Tatsuki clutched her journal, Kaito's voice echoing. "It begins," he whispered, his presence a comfort. The prophecy's moment had arrived, the world watching. Mr. Sato's radio crackled. "It's happening now." The dragons of Tatsuki's dream were awakening. The sea churned violently, bubbles rising like cauldrons. Massive pockets of air broke the surface, a roar following. 2 enormous columns of water shot into the sky. Tatsuki's dragons, tectonic plates in motion, emerged. The Philippine Sea Plate and Pacific Plate collided. An underwater volcano erupted, its force unimaginable. A tsunami formed, 3 times taller than 2011's. Waves raced toward Japan, Taiwan, Hong Kong, and the Philippines. Tatsuki froze, her dream unfolding in real time. The world held its breath, the prophecy fulfilled. Dr. Akihiro's sensors screamed with data. He broadcast live from Tokyo University, voice steady. "Evacuate now. It's worse than we feared," he urged. Dr. Reyes in Manila confirmed the eruption's scale. Her team tracked the tsunami's path, relentless. Kori filmed from Taipei, the wave approaching. Mr. Lin's prayer circle clung to hope, chanting. Mai and Lily led evacuees inland, their drills saving lives. Master Chen watched the red moon, his prophecy true. The cosmic and earthly signs had aligned perfectly. In Hong Kong, the vigil turned to chaos. Li Wei's poem echoed as waves struck the shore. Miss Chan guided children to higher ground. The dragon murals washed away, a symbolic end. One in Palawan steered his boat to safety. His dragon totem floated amidst the wreckage. His children screamed, but Juan's preparation held. Dr. Reyes's warnings had reached him in time. Villagers clung to boats, Tatsuki's vision their guide. The new land began to rise, a jagged promise. Japan's coast bore the brunt, cities swallowed. Yokohama's port vanished under the towering wave. Tatsuki and Hana watched, their hill a refuge. Buildings crumbled, the sea claiming its toll. Mr. Sato's team rescued thousands, drills effective. But the loss was immense, the prophecies cost heavy. Hiroshi's podcast streamed live, his voice breaking. Tatsuki was right, he said, tears falling. The world mourned, but Tatsuki's warning had saved many. Her gift, once a burden, became a beacon. The sea calmed, revealing a new landscape. A continent rose, connecting Japan, Taiwan, Hong Kong, and the Philippines. Wet soil churned upward, stone forming rugged peaks. Tatsuki's dream of a new beginning came true. Kaito appeared in the morning, his smile gentle. From endings, beginnings, he said, fading away. Hana clutched Tatsuki, her own vision fulfilled. The red moon faded, dawn breaking over the land. Tatsuki's journal fell, its pages now history. The prophecy's end marked a new chapter. Dr. Park in Bizen tracked the aftermath. The meteor shower had ceased, the sky clearing. She confirmed the new land's tectonic origins. It's stable, she told Global News, awe in her voice. Dr. Akihiro and Dr. Reyes collaborated on recovery. They mapped the new continent, a scientific marvel. Miss Du Bois's aid arrived, helicopters buzzing. Supplies reached survivors, hope amidst the ruins. Dr. Wei documented the dragon's historical echoes. The world united, Tatsuki's dream a catalyst. Venerable Thich led a global prayer from Hanoi. His lotus vision bloomed, a symbol of rebirth. Monks chanted, their candles lighting the dawn. Thich's message to Tatsuki reached her via Kori. You brought us peace, he wrote, his words healing. Tatsuki smiled, her burden lifting at last. Hana painted the new land, a green expanse. Her art became a symbol, sold to fund recovery. Spiritual and practical efforts merged, a new era. Tatsuki's legacy grew, her name eternal. Kenji and the Order of the Tide faded. Yuki's confession exposed their lies, trust restored. Sora turned himself in, seeking redemption. Kenji vanished, his blog abandoned in shame. Hiroshi interviewed survivors, their stories raw. A fisherman thanked Tatsuki, his family alive. Mai and Lily rebuilt communities in Taiwan. Wan's village in Palawan thrived on the new land. Li Wei wrote a new poem, The Dragon's Gift, The World Healed, Tatsuki's Prophecy, a turning point. A geologist, Dr. Lim, explored the new continent. She found ancient fossils, proof of its age. It slept for millennia, Dr. Lim marveled. She named a peak after Tatsuki, a tribute. Global leaders met to govern the new land. They called it Tatsuki's Bridge, a symbol of unity. Environmentalists planted forests honoring her vision. Tatsuki visited the land, her heart full. Hana walked beside her, their journey complete. The dragons rested, their dance now still. Tatsuki returned to Yokohama seeking peace. She placed Kaito's sketch on her small altar. Thank you, she whispered, her voice soft. Her dreams ceased, Kaito's mission done. Hiroshi invited her to his podcast again. This time she agreed, ready to speak. I saw the future to save it, she said. Her words inspired millions, a final gift. The world moved forward, forever changed. Tatsuki's prophecy closed with hope, not fear. If this tale of dreams and dragons captivated you, hit that like button. Subscribe and tap the bell for more mysteries. What does Tatsuki's new land mean to you? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's explore the future together. See you next time.